Bob Archer. I'm a director of Newrange Gold, and the company trades on the TSX Venture Exchange under the ticker NRG. We currently have about 90 million shares on issue, and almost 80% of that is held by management, insiders, and friendly hands. I first got involved with Newrange Gold approximately 5 years ago as a shareholder when the company was called Colombian Mines, working in Colombia. And through that time I became familiar with Robert Carrington, CEO and co-founder, and the rest of his team. And I developed a great deal of respect for Robert and the team in terms of their technical ability, their history of making discoveries, building companies. And so when Robert asked me to join the board this year, I was more than happy to do that. I'm also a co-founder of Great Panther Silver, which is a producing silver company in Mexico and soon to be in Peru. And so I've got experience building companies and putting deposits into production and so on. So it seemed like a good match, and so I've been working together with them throughout the course of the year and helping them to build Newrange into a significant company. Newrange Gold is focused on exploration in Nevada, and if Nevada was its own country, it would be the number 5 gold producing area in the world. So it's a very, very prolific address in terms of gold production, and it's a very, very exciting place to work. There's still lots of potential there, and Robert and his team have spent much of their careers exploring in Nevada. They know the state extremely well and the geology, and I have a lot of confidence in their ability to make a new discovery. And that's one of the reasons that I'm involved in the company, because of the exciting potential for that new discovery. And the project that they have, the Pamlico, has district scale potential. It's a very large project in an area that has not seen modern day exploration. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Robert to tell you more about the specifics of the project.
Hello, I'm Robert Carrington, President, CEO, and Director of Newrange Gold. Newrange is focused on the Pamlico project in western Nevada, located along the Walker Lane and also along the Pancake Range lineament. Key highlights of interest to shareholders include the tremendous size of the Pamlico district. It was one of Nevada's highest grade mining districts in the 1800s. Today we have explored with modern exploration less than 1/2% of the entire property. The district bears a lot of similarities to the giant Round Mountain deposit, which is a 23 million ounce gold deposit. Very similar host rocks, very similar style of mineralization, and very deep levels of oxidation that should result in exceptionally favorable metallurgy going forward. The high-grade zones at Pamlico are all structurally related. Pamlico, like Round Mountain, is known for producing a lot of spectacular specimen gold, very coarse free gold specimens. But in both systems, the majority of the gold is actually very fine-grained, almost micron gold. And in Pamlico especially, the gold is generally found on open fracture surfaces with very soft friable iron oxides, which would indicate that it's going to be very easy to access with solutions and recover in modern milling and recovery plants. At Pamlico, we've identified a number of major targets across the property, the largest of which is the 4.5 kilometer long Pamlico Ridge target. This is the source of a lot of the historic mining activity dating from the 1800s. Adjacent to that is the Gold Box Canyon target. It's a very similar target, similar host rocks, and very similar grades where we see up to 98 gram gold in outcrop. And then the intersecting east-west target zone is actually a manifestation of that Pancake Range lineament, a very large east-west trending zone that hosts a number of past producing gold mines. Of the 53 million ounces of gold that has been produced from the Walker Lane in Nevada, over 30 million ounces of that has come from along the Pancake Range lineament that crosses the property just at the south end of the Pamlico Ridge target zone. There's a major target zone in the eastern part of the property, what we call the east-south zone. This is carbonate platform sediments of the Luning Formation. The Luning Formation is a known sediment-hosted gold host in this part of Nevada, and in fact we see intense alteration of the sediments and structurally controlled gold in the east-south zone as high as 5 grams in outcrop. Some of these zones are also in the carbonate sediments. Geophysics indicates that we may be looking at a deep gold skarn system there that will be tested somewhere down the road. Right now we are focusing on the low-hanging fruit in and around the Merritt Decline of the Pamlico Ridge Zone. In the near term at Pamlico, shareholders can expect to see a number of very interesting developments going forward. We have already initiated a program of preliminary metallurgical studies. The first phase of this program will consist of cyanide shake assays, then it'll move on into bottle rolls, culminating in various scale column leach tests. In addition to that, we have actually already started underground surveying in the Pamlico Ridge zone within an area of intense artisanal mining from the 1800s. This will actually accelerate over the coming month, and we'll see a lot of sample results coming out of this over the remainder of 2018 and well into the first quarter of 2019. Beyond that, we're planning on a large core drilling program or a program of large diameter core, PQ diameter core, to test and verify some of the earlier RC drilling that we have done. And we're also planning a much larger drilling program going on into 2019.
So we're excited about the prospects for the Pamlico project in Nevada, and we look forward to keeping shareholders up to date either through news releases on our website or feel free to email or call us.